Welcome to 5 Pints In, the show where we're literally 5 pints in. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
I went worse than I thought. Cheers.
So we had a segment. This is how I want to kick it off because it's sort of news about Man City and some of the last big news we're going to have about Bournemouth for a little while. Nathan Ake to Man City. We did a segment saying if you considered the bottom three, which three players would you take? You know, whether it was City or you were talking about West Ham or not. But the segment should have been called Cherry Picking. I just didn't want to be, sort of. I was still in denial that Bournemouth were going down. But
you was the only one who said they would, though.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't want it. I was just.
Did you get your three? Or did you have Watford?
No. I didn't have the three. I had Southampton instead of Watford when we did it back in February.
Just goes to show how interested we was really when we did it, eh?
Yeah. Well.
Never even looked to check.
Yeah.
Has anyone paid Connor his money yet?
Shh.
Nope.
No, we haven't paid him yet. But yeah, that's what we do. We just say what we feel after a few pints, and the whole point is to forget anyway. So.
Yeah, I think Bournemouth could lose about 5 or 6, mate. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
We were trying to figure out. There's whispers of Josh King, about Brooks. Obviously, Callum Wilson, if you want to be involved in the Euros, is going to be difficult being in the Championship.
Yeah.
I would say that could be about it.
Well,
there's a lad at the back, isn't there? Liverpool are looking at, I think.
Yeah. No, that's Norwich. They're looking at that Norwich player, aren't they?
Somebody was looking at the lad. He hasn't played that many games. Left-sided centre back
For Bournemouth.
Yeah.
I'll tell you now.
I can't believe I can't remember his name. It's a short name.
Do you know where he's from?
No. I think he's an English lad.
Centre back.
I think he just broke in.
There's Cook, Kelly, Simpson.
Kelly it is, yeah.
Kelly.
Yeah, short name.
Yeah. I think, Liverpool are looking to do the whole spend 10 million and no more thing, aren't they? But it obviously worked with this season. Their squad's not exactly that expensive, but I mean, I don't really want to talk about that, But the biggest loss for Bournemouth is Eddie Howe, isn't it? Yeah.
Sad, really. They say mutual agreement. Is it really? It comes out in the wash in the end, but
yeah.
For me, it would have been ideal for me to say, okay, one season at least, and have a go at getting straight back in. But we don't know the ins and outs, the full ins and outs. It is sad for what he's done. I mean, the good thing, look, he hasn't parted ways on bad terms.
No.
The fact he's not relegated, normally with any other club, it would be animosity.
Yeah.
But I think the Bournemouth fans really appreciate the 5 years and further, from where he brought them.
Yeah.
Well, especially 5 years in the Premier League and
the fight they put up at the end as well. I mean, too little, too late. But it was they showed heart, didn't they? Well, it was just
mate.
Yeah.
I mean, look, and I look at now the standard of the playoff games in the Championship. West Brom really didn't impress me. The games I've seen them, they tried to throw it away. Brentford had come unstuck the last 2 games of the season for the automatic spot. And then I watched the final, the Fulham game, and Norwich would have kicked both of their arses, mate.
Yeah.
You think so?
The way they played. Yeah, the way they played, mate. I honestly do. I didn't see anything. I didn't see any attacking prowess during the game. Nothing really happened until extra time. Unless you've seen something I didn't see.
I only was able to catch the second half of it, and it seemed like an alright game.
Yeah, the first half was dire.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, absolutely dire. But it tells you something when the left back gets 2 goals. Keeper had a shocker for the first goal. I don't care what you say. The kids great thinking.
Yeah, they said they planned it.
Oh, well, the keeper's actually dove after the ball's already in the net.
I know, yeah.
What his positioning was saying, the distance of it,
Well, he said
the goal's different.
He said that. He said that after the game. He's like, we know that the keeper comes, and I think he used the word ridiculously far off his line.
Right.
And we know that, and they said that they practiced it previously in training.
Fair play to him, mate. He executed it, didn't he? If that's the case, but
I mean, he only meant one thing, didn't he?
I still think the keeper should have had it.
Yeah, me too.
You know?
Yeah. It's one of those goals you see in the World Cup where it's just like, you know, that wouldn't happen anywhere else.
Yeah. We're one of the third world countries.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
I guess.
But yeah, so, I mean, what, you know, with Bournemouth's situation then, looking at the state of the playoff final, and we'll get to the new teams in the Premier League in a second, but, I mean, do you think they will survive down there? How much, you know, if they do lose, I mean, they've lost Ake, but Ake hasn't played in a little while, has he? He's been...
Sorry, Con.
No, go on.
I think that's a position they can fill. I think they showed that with the games that he was at. I mean, obviously, you're going to miss a player like that, but it's not a position they can't fill.
No.
You know, especially at the level. They're not playing against the top strikers. It's a different game a little bit down there. I was going to say a little bit more physical, but I've seen them falling all over the gaff as well.
Yeah, it's not like that anymore, is it?
No, it's changed a little bit. We watched, you know, Swansea as well. You know,
oh, they were terrible.
That you mentioned to me, Con, and I've seen it in the second game.
Oh yeah.
Was it Cardiff? Was it?
I think so.
Yeah, Cardiff. No, not Cardiff.
Yeah, it was Cardiff. They won 2-0
against Swansea.
No, Swansea beat them 2-0, didn't they?
No, Swansea didn't play Cardiff.
No, Swansea Fulham was it?
Yeah, Swansea Fulham. And
no, Swansea Brentford it was, mate.
Yeah, Brentford beat Swansea.
All right, yeah, because Cardiff.
But Fulham beat Cardiff. Fulham beat Cardiff 2-0.
If we name every team, we'll get it in the end.
Well, Fulham did beat Cardiff 2-0 though, and I'm sure that's the game.
Fulham beat Cardiff, yeah.
Yeah.
Beat 2-0 away.
No, I was talking about Swansea.
And they lost 2-1 at home, I think.
3-1, yeah. Yeah, so apparently though, with that Nathan Ake deal, from what I've heard, and I don't know how much there is behind this, but apparently the negotiations went really smooth, and supposedly it's opened up doors for City to loan younger players to Bournemouth, because you know City usually loan their players to Girona. It's sort of like a farming of the younger players for City, you know, and then they send them out and bring them back. I mean, Pablo Maffeo was out there. That Douglas Luiz went out there before he went to Villa. You know, there's a bunch of players. Angelino, I think, was out there. So it'd be good if City can loan. I mean, because City obviously has young talent that aren't getting games. It'd be good if they can loan them down to Bournemouth in the Championship.
Well, that's nice for me, mate, as well. You know, to link the clubs like that. Mm-hmm. You know, I know there's a good chemistry between West Ham fans and Man City fans. And it does make me happy that the fact that they're like that. Yeah. They see similarities with the two clubs and their past. You know, obviously it's changed over the last 10 years or whatever, you know. But a lot of similarities with the struggles that they've had. You know, obviously City with United winning everything, the neighbours, and West Ham with 3 or 4 London clubs that have, you know, kept them in the shadows a little bit. You know, and I felt it during the 90s. There was nothing better than going and kicking Arsenal's arse or Tottenham's arse or Chelsea's, you know.
Yeah.
But they have lived in the shadows for long enough.
Yeah. Definitely. So what do you think's next for Eddie Howe then? He said he wants to take some time away from football. Could you see him?
I don't think he'll be in a rush, mate. You know, you got to assess. Maybe let the season start. Maybe wait till Christmas time. Maybe, you know, because there's going to be hiring and firing. Yeah. You know. It will be a shorter term, won't it, really? Yeah. It's not the Christmas period where things happen. It depends whether they're going to cram enough games in between September the 12th, try and catch up maybe a little bit. I don't know.
I think that's what they plan on doing from what I've read, yeah.
Okay.
Although this season that just passed, we had a break in February, didn't we? Like where half the teams took a week and half... I think that's probably going to be skipped.
Right.
But we were talking about it actually. The whole Eddie Howe departure thing. They're saying mutual. You know, it was all mutual. Him leaving. From the last interview he did, he said he didn't want to talk about it. There seemed something up to me. Do you think he feels that there's someone else who can step in and sort of? Like, do you think he feels he's failed the club by letting them go down, or do you think it was the club sort of easing him out, or what side of it?
if you have any metal about you, mate, you will feel a responsibility.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm a big advocate, mate, of it's the people on the pitch. You know, your manager can only do so much to prepare you. He can give you all your orders, your instructions. You make the choices when you cross that line and go out there. You know, you see what the Man United players did to Mourinho.
Yeah.
They were dictating what happened, you know, and he takes the brunt of it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying the Bournemouth players went out like that, but it was their lack of performance or the lack of wins, really, lack of picking up points that has got them relegated, and ultimately he's left because of it.
Yeah.
Whether he's been fired or whether he's left, it's happened because of relegation, and you can't hide from that. Players should be feeling some responsibility.
I mean, I doubt he was doing anything different this season than he was the previous seasons, you know, where they finished clear of the relegation zone.
No, but it's like everything, though, mate. You know, you've got to progress. You've got to go to the next step and the next level, you know?
Yeah.
Brought some decent players in. When you look at the team, and not so much the squad, but the team itself, the 11 that goes out there.
Yeah.
Say similar thing about West Ham. If they have their best 11 out there, they're as good as anybody after the top 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was going to say 6 again, but...
Yeah, it's not the same.
You know, outside the top 2, you could have... You know, is Wolves that much better than them with their starting 11?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I'm saying that much better, Con, you know? Is the likes of Sheffield United, is Chelsea even, Arsenal, Tottenham?
Yeah. 8 times out of 10, yeah.
There's not that much difference when you go head to head, you know what I mean? So it's just a case of you get into that routine and that rut, things don't go for you. Losing becomes a habit. You know, they showed in them games towards the end what they had.
Mm-hmm.
They just didn't bring it enough earlier on in the season.
I think there was a lot of sort of dislocation from player to player. I just think there wasn't like a mend between them, like, you know, you want to see. Like, to finish in the top half of the Premier League, the team needs to gel and they need to understand each other and they need to be a bit selfless, you know, where I think West Ham during most of the season, I would say you had players that were being more selfish and just sort of looked like they weren't a team, you know, at most points, but they pulled it together.
He won't want for jobs.
Right.
I'm sure. Look, as soon as something's going wrong for somebody, he'll be one of the first names on the list.
Yeah.
He's proved what he's done on a small budget. That will be, you know, you get chairman who'll say, okay, we realise we can bring somebody in on what we already have. Doesn't have to be a lot of spending.
Mm-hmm.
Won't be fair on him. But it's like anything now. He's going back to square one. He's got to start again.
Yeah.
And prove himself wherever he goes into. And I have no issues for him, mate, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, the sad thing is, it's just a close-knit, smaller club that he seemed to fit in. I've been saying for years he deserves a better job. You know, I even mentioned him for the England job at some stage.
Yeah.
But it's that close-knit, small town sort of, you know, that I think he's going to miss more than anything because he's born through and through, isn't he?
I mean, didn't Roy Hodgson get relegated with West Brom, then his next job was the England job?
I don't know, mate. It might have been. I have to check that one up.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have anyone other than Southgate, to be fair.
Yeah, I could see Eddie Howe's... He's more creative than Southgate, isn't he? Southgate's just...
It's not hard to be, is it?
Yeah.
Well, if you look, I think he'd actually... Without being unfair to Southgate, I mean, I'm not 100% behind his tactics, to be fair. Lovely fella, don't get me wrong. But lovely fellas, you know. England and the FA, they go for lovely fellas.
Yeah.
It's not going to win you trophies. Eddie Howe, with them, that talent at his disposal. And I thought the same about Harry Redknapp. You have that talent at your disposal, I think you do more with it.
They're willing to take more risks, Redknapp and Howe, than Southgate. You know, Southgate's just like, I mean, just look, you know, I mean, nothing against him. Like, you know, if you want him to play it safe, he's the perfect guy for the job. If you want a safe England, you know.
Our World Cup was the worst time for a safe...
I know, yeah.
We're never going to have that freedom of that bracket again.
Yeah.
Where it was only Croatia was the team that we had to beat. Mm-hmm. And we go 1-0 up. Like this, we're never going to have that freedom again. It was ridiculous that anyone has ever had that freedom.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, nobody should
look
be...
at even the Belgium side. Belgium had to beat Brazil.
Yeah.
You know?
Nobody
France
should be
had to
playing
beat
a back
Belgium.
five anymore at all.
Hey, look, I wanna
back
be
three is fine.
excited.
If you want Walker in the squad, you have to play a back five.
I don't think...
I want to be excited by the England team.
Yeah.
I want to be excited about the way they play.
I'm actually excited for the
go into
upcoming
games.
years.
I want to go into games with the top nations in the world,
Yeah.
believing that we can win it.
Yeah.
Well, we can.
And I don't feel like that.
But look at the talent we've got coming through now, which is, I mean, we've got a lot of good young players who are going to be breaking in over the next few
Saka,
years. If Southgate,
Greenwood,
Foden, if
Foden,
Southgate's still there, you know, I mean, he dresses the part, doesn't he? His three-piece suit. He's very traditional. He's very old
I think
school.
they give you a wardrobe with the England squad.
I mean, look at Sven-Göran Eriksson used to wear a tracksuit. You know, like it's not.
Yeah, sometimes.
You know, yeah, but like.
You'd wear a suit, wouldn't he?
I mean, I was just saying, just Southgate. I picture him in a waistcoat. I'm just saying that's indicative of how he plays. You know, it's a mirror of how his England team plays. You know.
Yeah, I would like a bit of personality. That's all.
Mm.
But on team, I'd like a bit of character and personality.
Yeah, you'd rather you know, you wouldn't mind them losing a few games as long as you've seen that they've taken the risk to push forward and actually like take a bite of the Euros or the World Cup.
See, funny enough, speaking of character, I would actually want Michael Carrick, who has no character, but I would actually want him for the England squad because he will make it better.
Not as the manager.
No?
No.
He's better than what we have and what we've had.
Yeah, I mean...
You're not going to throw an untried man in there, are you?
Southgate?
No, he'd been at Middlesbrough, hadn't he? And he'd been with the under-21.
And did what?
Well, experience.
Well, Carrick's been...
Experience and fitted the bill for what the FA want.
I mean, Carrick was under, what, 3 United managers?
Yeah, but not
Moyes,
the manager.
Yeah, I know, but
a different job, you know?
Yeah, but every manager now brings in their own staff. For him to stay there, he obviously has to, you know, he's obviously keeps impressing people.
I'm sure that might be United as well, saying he comes with the job, you know?
But look, you'd also got to say as well, in fairness to Southgate, it's one big tournament, semi-finals. You can't really...
No.
You know, you can't really knock that.
Yeah, if you look at his...
It wasn't what it was perceived as.
If you look at his stats, you know, it looks...
I mean, what game was
good.
difficult? It was the bracket. The bracket set us up.
Yeah.
A shoe could have led us to the semi-finals.
Yeah, but anyway, I could see Eddie Howe taking it though. If that was that wouldn't be a bad move.
I don't think. No one's taking Southgate's job anytime
It's not going to become available.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
you don't
a
get to the
shame,
semi-finals.
Though. Yeah, but it's
and
such
then
a
lose your
shame.
job. It's not the Premier League.
Yeah, but we've got the Euros in less than a year.
And then the World Cup.
Yeah, but I
think he's the type of man that wants full time, though. You know, I think he lives and breathes football and wants full time, not a part time.
This was like Martinez. I was so surprised when he went to Belgium.
Well, you can't turn down Belgium, mate, can you?
And then have Thierry Henry.
When you look at their squad, you say, I'll take a couple of weeks off here and there through the year.
Yeah.
As long as I get to train with these people.
I wonder what the salary difference is.
I see Lukaku scored today as well.
Yeah,
I actually turned Inter on. I wasn't going to watch Man United. And I turned Inter on for about 20 minutes. And in the 20 minutes, I seen Ashley Young touch the ball twice and fell down 50% of the time. And did his going over to the ref.
Yeah.
He's still doing it. Talking to the ref.
No, he always covers his mouth because at one time
the bird
shit in his mouth.
Yeah. Have you seen that video, right?
No.
No.
Yeah,
the bird shits right in his mouth. Yeah.
That's not it. I think Ericsson come on and scored the second
It would
goal.
only happen to Man United. Though.
Yeah, Lukaku and Ericsson.
Do Inter look stronger than United? Because they're like the two teams on.
They didn't look, mate. They didn't look. They were playing Getafe. And the bit of seeing, it didn't look a good game, mate. I sort of put the footy on, and then United came up, and I went, I'm not watching now, watch the other game, and it was Inter. And I thought, I'll watch it for a bit, and I seen Lukaku's goal. He was like he used to look.
Yeah.
When he just held his body, and he was strong, and he turned and hit his shot without controlling it, and then I thought, I got to half time, and I thought, I can't watch this no more. And I even seen Ashley Young was there, Lukaku, Victor Moses was on the bench.
Sanchez, right?
Sanchez was on the bench.
Ericsson,
Ericsson. Yeah.
You know, so it sort of gave me an interest that I might want to watch it.
Dude, is there a chance? I mean, I didn't watch it today. Actually, I completely forgot. I know there's games on tomorrow, the Europa League, but and it's Wolves as well. But I was just about to ask, do you think Wolves could win it all with the?
Yeah.
I mean, Inter and Man United are the only other teams really, other than Roma, I guess, and they've kind of fallen off, haven't they?
I can see Wolves winning it, mate. Yeah.
Leverkusen.
Could win it.
I would love that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'll watch Wolves tomorrow.
Yeah. I have it reminded. I just didn't have the United game reminded for some reason.
Well, Wolves have to win it now to get in next season, don't they? To get any European football next season. They got.
Talking of that.
Yeah. I think we were trying to avoid it.
I have to bring it up, Con. Arsenal, Chelsea. What happened there, mate?
We don't have enough time.
A part of me wanted to record a podcast right after that game because of how annoyed he was.
He wouldn't even join in on the text.
I know.
No, I was speaking to you, Dad, and I mean Jordan was witnessing it firsthand. But even before the penalty, I even said to Jordan probably twice at that point. I was like, I don't care for this game anymore. I don't want to watch. There's too much cheating.
After the first goal, though, you did text 4-0 Chelsea.
I know. Yeah, but rightfully so.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
I agree.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and talk about how cheated we were.
Yeah.
You know? I've calmed down.
I don't think either team deserved to win that cup. It was,
it was
the shittest FA Cup final.
Me neither, but Arsenal didn't deserve it more than Chelsea.
No, I agree.
I said
or deserved it less.
Yeah. I don't have words right now.
I don't
look. You know what?
I could talk about every single incident.
Well, the biggest thing for me, Con, was Aubameyang. Right, 2 more goals, couple against City. You know, up there all season in what I felt was, you know, I've said it was an average team.
Yeah.
My mixed emotions were, okay, it's Chelsea. I can actually support my team. But then I seen Granit Xhaka was playing, and this must be doing people's head in the amount of times I talk about it.
Yeah.
And then it makes me doubt Arteta again. And then I see Xhaka fall down for both the Kovacic challenges. And you can't just blame the player. The referee was
awful.
Dog shit again.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't get it. It's so frustrating. And
I saw both cards, and I was like, I was kind of relaxed. I'm like, all right, well, they're definitely not yellow cards. VAR is going to overturn this.
But
and it just didn't.
But they've got a nice little clause in the rules that VAR can't touch it the one time you need.
One thing I didn't like, and we've said it in the past, and I love Arteta, the fact that he's earned his corner under Pep. He must have the right knowledge and the right way to go about things. He's waving the fake card on the touch. It shattered me a little bit. You know?
I said that
it's bad enough your players
it's being 30 yards away, not knowing what happened. See, I was saying this.
The gesture.
I know. I was saying this to Jordan. I love Aubameyang. I love him so much. He's one of my favorite strikers, probably other than Aguero. Maybe even better than Aguero. I was going to say the best striker in the Premier League.
You mean you love him better?
No. No, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm saying right now, like if Aguero was fit.
No.
No, but it's a debate. Okay, no one else in the league is a debate. Okay, so I'm saying that's the only debate for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've never hated a player more than when I saw him dive for that penalty, which was outside the box, which isn't even a foul outside the box. But if it was a foul, it was outside the box. And then he scores a great penalty, not taking that away from him. No keeper saving that, I don't think.
Yeah.
And then they played like Atletico Madrid. They cheated the way to a victory. And then what happens from that? They start diving. They go up. They go 2-1 up. And then now Chelsea players start diving, like Giroud screaming.
No, it was 1-1.
Was it?
They started because the penalty was the equaliser, wasn't it? So
okay,
as soon as that happened,
Giroud already.
Yeah.
Well, Chelsea knew. That's exactly how Atletico Madrid play.
Yeah.
And they've played those types of teams before. And Arsenal just cheated their way to a FA Cup final. And if I was a fan, I wouldn't.
Right after the
accept
penalty, Giroud sounded like he got sniped.
Which
I
I
don't know if
hate.
you saw that. Like he got like
Book Aubameyang-
pushed in the back
Yeah,
by David Luiz,
David
and he
Luiz.
screamed
And they said it was a knee or-
so loud. Yeah.
What they need to do is book Aubameyang after the game. I don't care whether Arsenal win it or whatever. There needs to be changes no matter what. Look after the game. Arsenal won FA Cup, whatever. Book Aubameyang. Book Giroud. Book Xhaka. Send Xhaka home. Make him not a footballer anymore. Give Kovacic an extra game somewhere at some other team. Like, sort it out after the game. Like, we all see it.
When I try to dissect it all, and I'm thinking, you're literally cheating, right? It's a game. I know it's a sport, but it's a game, and there's monetary values for everybody.
Yeah.
Because the more you win, there's monetary. It takes me back to, what if you're playing cards? Would you cheat at cards?
Yeah.
Well, who are you asking?
Would you cheat? No, would you cheat at cards?
Well,
I wouldn't.
If you're playing for money, would you cheat?
I'm never.
No,
I'm
not
never
for money.
cheat.
Yeah,
I'm never cheat
I
at
wouldn't
cards.
cheat.
That's what I'm saying. Your honour and integrity
Yeah.
and your own morals.
Yeah.
Would you cheat at cards? Why do you cheat on a football field
Yeah.
to gain an advantage? Why is that okay?
It's because
You know what?
other people do it and get away with it.
You go in the Wild West, you just shoot them. Just get somebody on the side, just when they cheat, just shoot them.
Yeah.
A bit of,
This is why. This is.
but it's the same.
Yeah.
It's cheating for money.
This is
I
why.
can't stand it.
I literally every time I talk to a rugby fan, I feel almost insecure. Like it's like I love and spend so much time and dedication to a sport where 99.8% of the people are just cheating, and it's blatantly obvious, and we get 10,000 views of it with all the cameras that are in the stadium. We get to see it multiple times through replay, and it's just like. I don't want to say what's the point, but it needs to stop.
Well,
it's getting unwatchable. It's literally getting unwatchable to where it's
there's got to be change. And who's it come down to? It's a manager's responsibility. It's a player's responsibility, because the refs are just dumb as shit.
Yeah.
Don't know the game at all. They need help. If the FA sent me a letter now and said, "Please come home, sit in the room with these refs, watch as many games as you want, hundreds of games, whatever you want," I'd sit there and I'd go through every little aspect. Look at him, he's already on his way down before the contact happens. Look at him, he's notorious. There isn't going to be a touch. This is what he does. This is his nuances. This is how he cheats the system.
I mean,
I'm telling you now, they're not going to ask you to come down and do that, considering how many times you said you want to blow up the VAR room.
To be fair, though, we've been.
If I was in the room, I couldn't blow it up.
Yeah.
You come in with a really hefty jacket.
Guy 4.
Yeah. No, but we've been trying to figure out who, because we haven't been. I don't think all of us have seen every single game of the Premier League this season.
It's been hard, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
I must be close though. In fact, no.
I think I'm like 70%.
I've probably seen every goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, in all honesty, I do fast forward the games. I record every game, and I fast forward the majority of it. And when you look at the stats. Have you seen it? Most passes, 6 out of 7 are defenders, the centre backs.
Yeah.
All right.
And there's
Well, Van Dijk.
Rodri's in there, and that's it.
Highest sprint speed as well. It's a lot of defenders. I know Walker's the highest. I think highest sprint speed.
You want to know something funny? They did. I don't even remember what I was about to say before, but the longest yards dribbled, which sounds like an NFL stat.
Oh yeah.
Is Grealish, and I was asking you because we saw it at the same time, or I sent you and you're like, yeah, I just saw this. I don't know if when people come near him, and that technique they do, that they most of the time they do in the penalty box, where they smash it away and then they get tackled just so they get that touch on. You know, I don't know if they're including the yards that the ball went.
I don't think they
into
do,
Grealish's
but it sounds like
dribbling.
it. Yeah.
But also, I mean, if you think about every single Villa game, all he does is, like, let's say there's a corner on the right, all he does is just tuck there at the back left pocket, and then just run up the left wing, get fouled or not fouled, dive, and then he just does that run like at least 5 times a game.
Yeah.
From his box to their box with the ball.
Villa have offered him more money, haven't he,
to stop the Man United. I want him to go to Man United so bad. I want him to rot
I do as well, yeah.
And then I want him to play and be absolutely dog shit, and then it just hinders Man United even more.
Yeah.
Well,
I heard that, and
But then, yeah. I'd rather that over them getting
the thing is that
Sancho.
they're still in. When they are, and I said I didn't want to watch them today. They were 5-0 up from the first leg, whatever. At least when they're still in, it gives you something to watch because you want the other team.
You
to
always, yeah. It's almost like City are playing for me. It's like you just
Yeah,
watch,
it is,
yeah.
win. A little bit, yeah. I get disappointed when the other team don't.
Yeah.
It's like a horrible feeling in my stomach.
see, I'm indifferent about it. I kind of want Man United to win because I want them to have like the World Cup in Brazil in the semi-final, Brazil versus Germany. I want them to have that experience to where they get built up so much that for them to fall, because I don't want them to go out against a no-name team. You know, I want them.
What about they get Inter and Sanchez scores the winner?
Something like that. That's what I want to happen to them. You know, I want them to go to the final, and then Sanchez.
Is he still on loan though? Is he allowed to play? If they play against
I'm no. Oh no! If they play against each other, I don't think he's allowed to play.
I think that rule changed. That's
They're
something.
talking about buying him now, but I don't know if he's allowed to play against.
I think he's still on
I
contract.
feel like that
with
rule
Man United.
changed though,
Yeah.
didn't it? I don't know.
Anyway,
What do you think about so there's rumors about United signing Sancho, and the one silver lining
Another England prospect.
is that City will receive £15 million from the sell-on clause if United sign Sancho. Now,
almost cover the fee for Torres then.
yeah, almost.
Which is good.
What do you think about
That
that?
was a big fee anyway, not in today's game, you know.
Yeah, but at least it washes it, doesn't it?
Well, I wouldn't mind that. I know we poke fun at United, but I wouldn't mind Sancho, Greenwood, Rashford, getting that connection through the club.
I just don't think
For England's sake.
I don't think Sancho's going to hit the ground running. I think you can do whatever in Germany,
But at United.
Yeah. I mean
look at
he'll
Lingard,
play, won't he? Because that Daniel James is shit, and I know.
Look at Lingard. Look at Daniel James. Look at Pogba. Anyone can look good under the.
I think Pogba is good.
Yeah, no, he's not proved that at Man United though.
No, the glimpses. I think Pogba's in a different category than Sancho.
Bruno Fernandes glimpses.
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, he's on the floor more than he is. I mean, just look at his. He's more about winning penalties for cheating, isn't he?
He's got one of those Ronaldo traits where he gets signed to United. He plays against the lowest teams in the Premier League.
Yeah,
scores like 5 penalties, and everyone thinks he's amazing. He just came at the perfect time, and then now everyone's like, he's one of the players of the seasons, and it's like he's only played 4 months out of the season.
Yeah,
he's not won a player this season.
No, I mean, I know, and he won Player of the Month a few times. But look, you look at
twice. Right.
I'll give him that. He does look like he can play.
Yeah,
when he's standing up. Yeah, but he's not anything special.
What do you know about Torres?
About Torres? Yeah, I mean he's meant to be signed as sort of like an up and coming Sane replacement almost. I don't think we'll ever really replace Sane. Torres is right-footed. He plays on the right wing for Valencia. But Pep likes his inverted wingers, doesn't he? So really, what he's coming in for, in my eyes, is to back up Raheem Sterling. I don't want to get.
Go on.
What's that?
It's your hand gestures.
I don't want to get into a conversation about Raheem Sterling, but he's not taking. I mean, he's down the pecking order, isn't he? And he's.
No. Yeah, he's not coming in instead of Mahrez. He's not coming in instead of Sterling.
I mean, look, a £20-odd million signing isn't going to come in and start, but he's a great prospect. I mean, he's quick. He looks really technically gifted.
But he's got to be as good as he talks, though.
Yeah, but for a winger,
you know what I mean. He's come out and said, "Oh, I told Valencia I wanted to stay. Told him I wanted to be captain. I wanted to be the top."
Yeah. Here's the thing about that, though. Like,
you've got to be able to back that up.
There's so much turmoil at Valencia right now, where who knows if that's his agent saying that? Who knows if that's just him saying the most ridiculous thing to get him out of Valencia?
Yeah. How do you say that and go back and look at your teammates in the eye and look at your captain in the eye if you don't get that deal?
Well, he said it after the signing.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
After the signing, okay.
But apparently Valencia... Well, here's the thing. So Valencia's like older players were blaming the younger players for the season they'd had. It's just a complete shit show over there.
Right.
So I mean, apparently he was offered out to certain clubs. I don't know. I guess the price tag wasn't right, but again, it's one of those things though. Like when we signed Gundogan, I looked at the highlight reel and I got so excited.
Yeah.
And then, to be honest, he's not. We could get rid of him tomorrow, and I really wouldn't be that bothered.
But I do think he was better at Dortmund.
Yeah, look at Sancho. I mean, they're gonna.
But Sancho's a winger. That's kind of more of a.
I just think you can't
individual role.
If you thrive in the German league, the Spanish league, it says nothing about the Premier
on your
League.
Position.
I just think it says. I think you need to come in and prove yourself. Like look at Laporte's one good example. He came in and proved himself, but he didn't exactly like. You didn't see his pure talent until he sort of sat comfortably. He fit in quickly.
I hate to say it, but look at Pulisic. He was a right back at Dortmund.
Yeah, but his first few games were still. He played
shaky.
On the wing. He didn't play right back at Dortmund.
He did play right back, and he was shaky. And then he got moved up to right wing because he kept on bombing on and setting up goals. And he still looked shaky at Chelsea. He's just quick shaky.
I think it took him a while to set in. He was only good after the break.
He got injured.
He didn't look good when he was fit before the break, though.
He had one or two things, kind of like a
I think
he
scored as many goals in half the amount of games after the break.
Well, yeah, but he was kind of like a sub.
Yeah.
Sub as well.
Well, look, Torres isn't even a gamble, is he? Because if you think what we got for what did we get for Sane?
Yeah. I mean,
something?
Yes.
And then if Sancho goes through, you got money coming from that.
Yeah.
So it's not even a gamble, is it? Really?
No, I mean it's not, and I don't think there should be this huge deal made out of Torres. Because he's a prospect. I wouldn't be surprised if he was loaned out. I don't think he will be because we sort of need the backup winger right now. But he's still young. Like he would have time to go on loan for a year. Hopefully what he's saying, and how his ego's portrayed isn't actually how it is, because he does, like you said, it does seem he seems a little cocky. But Sane was cocky, and Pep will sort that out. And I always felt that was the reason Sane was going there. There was, as good as Sane was on the pitch. I mean, like one of the best left winger when he was playing, the best left winger in the league. When he was playing, I mean, he would cut through players like nothing. There had to be something going on in the dressing room, and like as a City fan,
no, it was strictly just Sterling playing, Sterling scoring.
No, well, I'm saying you could have played Sterling on the right, so because you can't say Mahrez is doing a better job than Sane.
Yeah, but Bernardo Silva was there Bernardo Silva was breaking through at that point. But then he played Jesus on the left wing a few times over him. Like it was Sane wasn't getting game time, and there was definitely something going on. I think it starts with Sterling though.
There was whispers, wasn't there?
Yeah, because he got dropped from the German squad in the World Cup because of something with Toni Kroos. Like there was always something going on in the background. He got dropped from the German.
A couple of quotes with the older German players had said about him.
Yeah, so to me, it's like as good as he is. City fans have to trust in Pep's system because that's the only way it's going to work. You can't have Pep's system for 10 players and then one player is sort of a nomad. You know what I mean?
I'll still be interested to watch him now if Bayern play. I'll probably watch Bayern now if I know. You
say that, and then you turn on one game, and it's like the Bundesliga. They've got plenty of talented players. I mean, Sane's he's great. But watching him do that in the Premier League,
I think Sane going to Bayern makes Bayern another one of the main pillars in the Champions League.
It could. I still think they've got defense issues to sort out.
Yeah,
they've got centre back issues.
Look at Gnabry and Sane.
Oh yeah, up front. Yeah, but again, prove it.
No, and that's
in Europe,
never mind Lewandowski, dude.
Yeah, I know up front.
They're your two wingers.
Yeah, up front. I'm just saying, if you haven't got a defense in Europe, it's not going to work. I
mean, dude, Boateng's overrated. PK was overrated.
What's that?
What's that? It's Wigan.
It's not exactly a pint, but it's Johnny Walker Double Black. I'm trying to lay off the beer a little bit. Neat, yeah, it is neat.
Finish the podcast in 15 minutes. Go.
Yeah, this is my 5th pint of whiskey.
Johnny Walker, yeah.
Yeah.
Days.
Yeah. Nice.
So is there any news on Aguero being fit for Friday?
He's not. Yeah, he's not.
He's definitely not.
No, I remember a couple of weeks ago I said Pep said that everyone's going to be fit for Madrid, but I guess that quote meant obviously Aguero's not going to be fit. You know,
Right,
That's
okay.
what I said.
unless he's not. Yeah, that's what you said when I said it. But I was just saying what I read. Pep literally said that. You know,
It's like he could have said the same thing last year.
he
We're
literally-
ready for Champions League.
he literally just said everybody's going to be fit for
Except
the Real
for
Madrid
Mendy.
game. He just said everybody's going to be fit for the Real Madrid game.
Yeah.
Mendy's banned.
Well, no, I'm talking about when Mendy was injured for a year.
Oh, well,
I'm saying if you said last year.
Well, I'm just saying if you say that when Aguero's on the cusp of coming back, it kind of sounds like he's coming back.
Oh, okay.
Because I
just
also
thought-
read that the surgery with that Dr. Kugat went really well. That's what I read. So, but he's not going to play. And again, it's like he didn't play in the first leg, did he? I think Pep will do something similar. He'll do a variation of it. I know it's at home, but you don't have the fans.
I bet you, to sum up Aguero's Man City career, I bet you he comes back after the Madrid game, and in some way or another, whether it's semi-finals or the final, he is the deciding factor and wins City the Champions League,
Yeah.
and has that big, kind of like company against Leicester moment,
I have a good feeling.
or Aguero.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a good feeling this year. I
Yeah.
just think sometimes things are aligned. You know what I mean?
It's one of those, like we were talking about earlier. It's one of those England in the World Cup. Like, not that you've already have your bracket set out for you, but I mean, who else is better than City in Champions League right now?
I mean, they're saying PSG, but there's no way.
No way. No.
I think the
Not
favorites
even
are
close.
City and
Not even
PSG right
close.
now.
Chelsea will give PSG a rough game.
Yeah.
I think Bayern is the only thing you have to worry about.
Yeah, but even Bayern, I mean,
Bayern don't look.
they
Chelsea
don't look
could have
great.
beat.
Yeah.
Chelsea could have beat Bayern.
Yeah. Now Chelsea only have 3 men or something fit to play against them.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Only got 12 hamstring problems.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
I'm not. Yeah.
You know, I mean, this is just like sort of
You're
conjecture,
talking
but
about Pulisic when he.
no,
Okay.
no. It would have been cool if he scored, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking like if City, and this is easy for me to say in hindsight, but if City would have played the FA Cup final, would we have sustained some injuries and then would it have gone? I know you can't. It can't like it will never add
Yeah,
up.
because we took injuries during the game and it made us lose the final. And then not only did we lose the final, now we're going with those injuries
Into the Champions League.
And then I don't know if you noticed, but Conte didn't play, Willian didn't
Yeah.
play, Kepa didn't play.
Mm.
In
Yeah,
the
but
end,
that was an injury, was it, Kepa?
No. He
no,
doesn't
I know,
like him.
I know, but if you look at it, you got. I'm not gonna go into the final. I'm gonna speak too much.
I'm telling you,
about
we
it.
could have done a 4-hour episode on Saturday
I'm
after
so
the final.
glad. Yeah, I'm so glad
It
we
would have.
didn't.
It would have
'cause-
just been him ranting.
no.
We should have
Yeah.
just recorded it anyway.
I would have. I've calmed down. I still dislike Aubameyang now. I loved him before. I hated him that day.
Yeah.
I just dislike him now.
Just to sort of.
Did you see him drop the cup?
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he?
There was no presentation.
Yeah. I
Go and get it himself.
yeah.
He didn't realise you'd have to take it off the bottom
Off
bit.
the,
Yeah.
yeah.
But he brought it
I
all
didn't
over
even want to. At that point,
That's how often Arsenal win trophies.
I didn't want to. That's what I'm saying. At that point, I wasn't even going to say something like that because
Yeah.
it was like I was already trying to calm down.
I'll tell
from
you
the
what,
game.
though, it might be the trophy that keeps him there.
Yeah, they've
Arteta?
said
That's the
no,
only,
that keeps Aubameyang.
Aubameyang.
They've said they're
Okay,
going to
yeah.
give him something like 300 grand a week contract, and they want to build the squad around him. Apparently, he wants to shape the team more like City, like the 4-4-3-3. And apparently he's willing to sell Lacazette because I mean, with Lacazette and Aubameyang, you're always playing a 2 up front.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
know, but when was the last time you saw 2 people play up front that well?
No, I agree, but you're compromising a modern system.
I thought he'd just come to the conclusion that they can play together. That was my only positive, because they need to change the whole back 6 behind them.
Yeah,
I think they just play a
Behind
4-2-2-2.
yeah, but it's just
2 wingers, 2 defensive mid,
yeah.
4 at the back, simple.
Wait,
And then like a 4, 2 holding, 2 wingers, and 2 up top.
yeah.
Lacazette
I
and
just think that's
Aubameyang.
very attacking for how shit Arsenal's
It
defense
is, but Arsenal always go through those little spells where they are. You could tell even with this. Arsenal, they're a shit team on paper, but even still, at some moments, they can play amazing football. And Arsenal will. I mean, my whole life have been like that.
Yeah,
You know, and I don't know different. Even with a shit team on paper, they can still play football here and there. You know.
Yeah, I just think
That
with
would major.
I just think, you know, I mean, you look at the modern successful teams, and 4-3-3 seems to be what's sort
It
of.
changes through time, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, it used to be 4-2-3-1 was the best formation when City won it back in 2014. You know, it was like.
Wait, all right. Well, Chelsea were doing that way before.
I know,
that.
but they weren't really. They were playing a back six. The 4 and the 2 were like just
Who,
defensive.
Chelsea?
Yeah, when
No.
Mourinho was there.
No. This was before Mourinho.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that was that. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was just an example. That was the big formation, wasn't it? And then everyone had to play because if you're playing against a team like that,
it's pretty much who wins the Champions League. What was their formation? How do we replicate?
Yeah.
that?
Or if they're playing like that, am I good enough to change formation? You know.
Yeah.
But Liverpool play a 4-3-3.
How do I? If you're playing a 4-2-3-1, considering that you have at least half the ball, 50% possession. If you just have that one up top, that's when you would play something like 3 at the back, maybe, where you could even have because the striker's only getting marked by one defender, so now you have 5 and your other 2 are up the pitch,
free, and
then the other 2 as a centre back can push up.
Yeah. This is just what he said though. He said Arteta wants to shape more of a 4-3-3, and I don't think you can play Aubameyang and Lacazette together because it means compromising Aubameyang and putting him on the wing because you're not going to play Lacazette on the wing. You know, he's a number 9.
That's where he gets his goals from, isn't it?
Who Aubameyang? Yeah,
No,
but it's not. It's
Lacazette.
Lacazette from the wing.
Yeah, right.
No, Aubameyang.
Aubameyang.
It's down the middle. It's down. It's usually down the middle. The ball's played through to him.
Aubameyang plays like a Thierry Henry highlight reel. Where those runs where he
really don't, because I don't want to be without Lacazette, to tell you the truth.
I would never separate those two.
With Pepe on the other side.
Yeah.
I think that's a decent 3.
Pepe,
really
yeah,
I think
me too.
He's going to come out of his shell a little bit. You can see he's got ability.
Mm-hmm.
Pepe.
Oh yeah, I like him. Yeah. Did you see that?
Too much, but
I
think
that go
attacking 3. That if he does want to go 4-3-3. I'd still leave Aubameyang. Look,
you're
playing there. He's still got 20 odd goals in the season.
But he's not a full on left winger when he plays that. I think you're compromising your defense. Your winger coming back on defense with Aubameyang out there. You know. Yeah.
You know.
On the opposite side, like
you know what's funny
with Arsenal having such a shit defense and defensive mid. I think what I'm taking from this is he needs a left winger.
5 at the back.
You know, you play 5 at the back, then
And you got Bellerin supported when he wants the bomb.
We were talking earlier. Nobody's mentioned it, but Bellerin did foul Christensen for Aubameyang's second goal.
I know.
When he slid in, it obviously was a foul, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
But obviously, the refs missed that again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, everything about that game was wrong, and I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I do want to talk. Yeah.
I'm willing to talk about it. I just don't want to go on.
I don't care to talk about that game anymore, but I do want to talk about Chelsea and their defense issue. First of all, I just want to say Rudiger's the worst centre-back in the league.
No.
100%.
No, I don't agree with you. He's the worst footballer to ever fucking put on boots I've ever fucking seen in my life, dude.
Yeah. The second goal, he was in the centre circle tackling someone, wasn't he?
Remember when we were watching it and he
did. Yeah.
Remember I was watching it and it went out for a corner. I don't remember. I think it was the first half.
And
I'm like, watch him.
He was playing up front.
Watch him.
Yeah.
And he's jogging back. Kovacic has ran past him. Alonso has ran past him.
Yeah.
Arsenal almost score, and he's kind of just.
He's just taking a light jog back.
I can guarantee he can't be worse than Mustafi. And
No, he's 100% worse than both.
I'm not being funny. I was quite happy for David Luiz.
Yeah.
I was.
Get on over on Chelsea.
That was, as soon as the penalty went in, I was like, I can't have David Luiz winning an FA Cup against me.
I don't think it'd be too bad if he had a really good centre half next to him.
No, if he had Van Dijk next to him,
yeah,
he would be. David Luiz would be great.
Yeah, but look at that's how it's going with Matip and Lovren.
But David Luiz can actually play forward.
Yeah,
but
he likes that long ball.
He's not good enough to be a. He's not good enough to play forward to be a defensive mid, but he's not good enough to defend to be a centre half.
Pace, mate, that's what it is. He likes pace and discipline.
And brain cells. And
What's the position?
Chromosomes.
What's the position between centre back and defensive mid?
It's the sweeper, isn't it?
No, the sweeper was behind the centre
Yeah, I know,
back.
but he would come in,
It's
or
just-
the stopper.
Slowly push him off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, players
We
today.
can play with 12.
Yeah.
It's
Need to
funny.
walk over there.
It's funny because players today, the defensive mids, like the likes of Jorginho, kind of play like a sweeper, don't they?
Like Fernandinho.
Fernandinho, they go and get it from the
better-
keeper.
He's better than Xhaka, Ceballos,
Oh yeah.
Torreira.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Jorginho?
No, David Luiz.
Guendouzi. David Luiz.
Oh.
I'd stick him in there before any of them natural midfield players.
It's almost
So cool.
it's almost like the David James situation, isn't it? Where he wanted to
You
go.
still need to have two good centre half behind them. Then.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, where David James wanted to go play up top and it just didn't work out.
But I just like the fact that he passes the ball forward, mate.
He
Yeah.
does. He does.
He's actually looking to do it.
But I mean, this
Holding
is
the two midfield players.
this is what you don't know now that he's on your team, and I suffered years of it. If he goes forward, the ball he plays that he normally plays from centre half, he thinks he's playing that ball. So the ball that he's now
It's like
playing,
a shot.
almost the ball that he's now playing to the wingers, it's going as far as he would have kicked it if he was.
Yeah.
He's only got one distance.
Exactly. That's right. He's only got one club.
He's got one club.
And that's his foot.
Yeah, yeah. He's
Foot.
Club foot.
yeah, literally club foot, and he's got a driver. That's it.
I'm choosing
On
before-
both feet. On both feet, though.
I'd choose him before any of them midfield players.
Yeah.
Without a shadow.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm looking for Arteta to buy at least 3 midfield players, 2 centre halves.
That it's funny.
They need to
because
get rid of Ozil before they do
it's-
that.
Well,
To
to get
free
his
up-
No,
wage-
no.
Yeah, to get his
for
wages.
to the funding. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
To
funny
get his wage
because
a lot.
I don't. It's like everyone's buying attacking players now.
Yeah.
Like they're going for the short game.
Willian, you said, mate. Willian going to Arsenal.
No, we're not going to talk about that either.
Willian.
He's
Like I
had
said earlier, Willian and Coutinho coming in. Happy days.
the issue I've
That's
heard.
imagine my 4-2-2-2, and you have Aubameyang, Lacazette, Willian, Coutinho.
Torn apart by
Not gonna name
by
the
the top
two.
6 teams
Put-
though.
Put David Luiz and
They they can't play.
and then
Four, two,
and then
four goals
Arteta
anyway.
throws his top on, and
I
then
think
you,
we'd have to
you
put the
stick
two,
down.
like, get Leno fit and put the 2 goalies in.
Yeah, you'd need them.
They'd be diving less than they would be if they were in goal. To be fair,
So
and Xhaka and Torreira.
So with City buying Ake, you're talking about players, teams buying forwards. City obviously needing a centre back, and
Everyone needs a centre back.
I think we're still going for Koulibaly or at least another top class centre back. So Chelsea could have signed Ake back for the same price that was in the clause. What do you think about that?
I think that's as much dog shit as the FA Cup final.
Like that they're not buying him for.
Yeah, it's
14.
another. I mean, no one. You can't really compare. I mean, as you guys said last episode, especially when you compare him to Messi, you can't really compare De Bruyne. You know,
To who?
anyone.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
not Messi.
I mean, you can because you can't. Messi's the god, but whatever. It's one of those. Oh, there's another one of our players. You know, that's how it feels as a Chelsea fan. Oh,
Yeah.
De Bruyne.
Salah.
Oh, Salah. Ake, Mata, Matic.
Yeah.
You know, like, the list goes on and on where it's we could have bought them back, and it's we literally have the worst defense in the Premier League,
Mhm.
Gone.
including
God.
the teams that were relegated.
He's brought David Luiz back.
And he went to PSG. He went to
I remember where I was when he left, and I saw him walking through the airport, and I remember where he was when he came back walking through the airport.
What was it? He sold him
For 52 million.
no, sold him for 20 and bought him for 50, right?
So, no, sold him for 52 million, the most expensive defender to PSG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suarez nutmegged him twice, and
And then bought him for what?
And then bought him for less.
Oh, so they made money.
Yeah,
I thought it was the other way
and
around.
then sold him to
For
Arsenal,
8 million.
and then made more money.
Yeah. Well,
I remember calling you when the deal was done. Seeing his name signed to the paper, I called you. And I was like,
Yeah.
it was like I was giving you my
to me,
demon stepchild, and I was passing him on, and you were looking after him for the week.
8 million wasn't bad for him.
No,
I mean,
it wasn't.
I know we
Didn't think
talk
so
shit
at the
about
time.
him.
I
Yeah.
didn't think so at the time.
I mean,
He's had a-
remember when they were playing World Cups where he would play next to Thiago Silva,
Yeah.
and it's the biggest mismatch.
Oh, Oh, no, shambles.
Yeah.
He has had a couple of cock-ups, but there's been a couple of games where he's looked fairly decent as well, you know?
Yeah.
But
Against City, mate.
Yeah.
He threw himself up over the
The second time, but the first game back of the season, when he gave up the goal and got sent off. I think
I'll forever say
he was
this.
still on
he
holiday.
gave up the goal, but the sending off for the penalty wasn't a penalty.
Well, it was like the Aubameyang penalty against
my
Chelsea.
point exactly. My point exactly.
Mate, as Piliqueta got exposed, really, didn't he, a couple of times?
Yeah.
He used to be quick as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what position he plays anymore.
Yeah, I mean, he came into the Chelsea team when Cahill and Terry weren't moving, and he's a centre back, and they played him right back, and he did his part.
But he must be. We've had this conversation. He must be the shortest centre back in the league.
Yeah.
He only plays there when he's a 3, though.
Yeah.
The 3 is the perfect.
He's
role
a slow right back, isn't he? He's not quick.
He's not slow.
He's not quick.
Not anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he's sort of
hamstring.
You know, where like you get like attacker midfielders will slow down and they'll play defensive mid or centre back.
I'll tell you what, he's not that much slower than De Bruyne. Me and him were having.
De Bruyne is not known to be lightning fast, though.
Me and him were having this conversation, right?
Yeah.
He called me when I was making breakfast or something, and then I was talking to. It was a previous podcast thing that we were talking about, the Messi De Bruyne thing.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to him about it off the camera and whatever, and be like, "Are you stupid?"
Have you found something out because you had no answers for me?
No. You remember when we were on the phone? I was like, "How dare you say that? Like all this, whatever." And then he's like, "Yeah, De Bruyne is faster than Messi on the ball," and I was like,
I didn't say on the ball.
No. Oh no, you said off the ball. You said off the ball.
I said running with the ball. He probably isn't, but off the ball, I said I bet you De Bruyne is quicker than Messi.
Yeah, you said
and
that.
He said no chance.
I said no chance. Was willing to bet everything I ever own, and I haven't done more research. But you
haven't made them race.
No. But what I did,
but the stuff you have found,
the research I did when we were on the phone, it said that De Bruyne was faster than Messi.
Really?
And I don't know how true that is, but I went to like 3 different.
Yeah. I mean,
credible sources as well. No, that's the one thing I didn't check FIFA.
No, FIFA will be wrong.
Yeah.
Whichever way. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where where my opinion would be. So I'm glad I'm not.
We don't need to get
phone.
back into the Messi De Bruyne because you're wrong.
Yeah.
But you must admit, I did come up with a good argument last time.
What was it?
That De Bruyne could play right back, left back, centre half, centre mid. You couldn't see Messi playing right back.
No, but he could.
No.
Nah, he couldn't.
I know, but it would be stupid.
De Bruyne could do a job anywhere.
He could, yeah. I agree.
But you're also not.
Yeah.
You're also.
That's Kyle Walker's
I thought
position.
you wasn't going to get into it.
No, but you're saying that in consideration of that, like it's kind of like how you are as a kid. Is if you're the complete best player, better than any team you ever faced, they're gonna want to put you in goal, your team, because they're gonna be like,
well,
don't score 7 goals against these. We're gonna have to put you in goal, and then it's like, all right, and then you go off and score 2 goals.
Here's a less extreme, more realistic example. Pep does play De Bruyne in a defensive role in midfield, not centre back.
He plays him in a role where he knows he's gonna get 60 to 70% possession.
Well, he plays him in different roles, doesn't he? Sometimes he plays next to Aguero or Jesus.
You don't play Messi right back, left back. You don't play him centre half because he's gonna get you. He's gonna score more goals for you. So it'll be stupid to play him back.
He also doesn't have the vision De Bruyne has, so he doesn't play him as deep.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't have the division. He doesn't have the vision
that one's done anyway.
De Bruyne has because it's better.
De Bruyne's faster than him.
All right, so
no chance.
De Bruyne is just the best player in the world. So I just wanted to touch real quick. I want to get to the new teams coming up in the Premier League in a second, but I just want to touch real quick on that. Ngakia from West Ham supposedly going to Watford.
Yeah, we haven't spoke about the Hammers, have we, mate?
No.
I heard Anderson maybe going to Lazio.
Back to Lazio?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He's one of them players I wish they could have got hold of.
Mm-hmm.
No, maybe give him till Christmas just to see if you can raise the tune out of him again. You know.
Yeah.
Because he does have ability. It'd be sad to see another one go like that. But you know, for what he did and what he contributed, I can understand them cashing in a little bit, maybe getting some of the money back.
Yeah.
And using it elsewhere. Maybe to give Declan Rice in his paycheck. would be a good thing.
Yeah.
No, I haven't really heard many whispers about him.
It's gone quiet.
Which is a good sign.
Yeah, it's gone quiet with Declan Rice.
Or it's a bad sign to where...
Ngakia?
Yeah. To Watford.
Moyes played him, remember? We had a little pop. He looked like he wasn't bothered.
Yeah, he was looking for a bigger team.
He was looking for a bigger move, bigger club, but he's going to Watford.
Yeah.
All works out in the end.
I mean, maybe bigger in stature, but now in a league below.
Yeah. All works out in the end.
Yeah.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, let him go. I don't care if he's been there since he was 11 or whatever. If he's got an attitude like that, that's the last thing West Ham need. But
it wasn't let him go. It was just don't give him another deal. If
no,
you don't feel like But
I
it was just strange that he threw him in that game for me.
Yeah, I just go back though. West Ham need to come together as a team so they don't fall to where they did this season. They don't need that relegation battle that they had. That's not West Ham. West Ham, they need, here's a good thing too. Rice is linked with Chelsea, and Chelsea have spent enough to, say they've signed everyone they're going to sign. Which would say
is ridiculous since we have the worst defense I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I agree, but I think they've spent it on they've spent it in the wrong places. I don't think they need to get rid of Willian.
You're also considering
they hadn't spent yeah. So
and the Hazard money.
Yeah. And the
look
we were only going to do this. It's just ridiculous that we didn't go for it's. If I was Chelsea in this situation and I was playing on if I was the manager, I would be like, 300 million for Van Dijk. Just put all the money in a good centre half. Or
he's not leaving.
Not Van Dijk, obviously. Yeah. But go
punching up.
Yeah, exactly. Go get we have the attacking force now. We did have the attacking force from Pulisic, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Willian
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Pulisic. I mean, and Willian if he doesn't leave, but same with Arsenal, Spurs, United, Chelsea, Wolves a tiny bit. Who are the other top teams? I mean, Leicester a little bit. I'm not. I know Johnny Evans has had a good last 2 seasons.
Soyuncu's decent.
Yeah, but it's still it's the defense that kills these third place to
third to
8th.
Yeah,
it's.
But look, you've got Thiago Silva. I know he's 35. Why isn't anyone picking him up for a year? I know he's been linked with Everton, but he's.
There was talk today that Leicester were looking at Tarkowski from Burnley.
Yeah, but he's going to cost them 50 million. He's not worth 50 million. I know he's homegrown and he's English, but
because Leicester would have to sell him in the future, and like he did with Harry Maguire. You'd have to bring him through and then sell him.
Yeah. He's not worth 50 million. He's okay. I don't mind him. He's good. He's Burnley material.
Yeah. I think so as well. Yeah, but the Hammers are in a strange position.
Yeah.
Moyes has got this little bit of time. Although we stayed up in the end, and there's a little bit of euphoria and relief about staying up and not missing out on the relegation and finishing fairly well apart from the performance against Villa.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a fresh start now, and I think that the fans will need a boost, as well as Moyes is staying. I don't know how many West Ham fans are completely content with that.
Yeah,
but something like solidifying Declan Rice and saying he's just not going.
Yeah,
that's like a new signing.
Yeah,
and a pick me up. Which will spare the fans back again. And lift them, because look, the new season does that anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You've escaped relegation. You can start afresh. Sort of in the back of your mind, all the niggly moans and aches and pains that you had towards the end sort of go away now because of the relief. And now it's a fresh start. Let's give them a chance. Give them 6-7 games, whatever.
Yeah.
And see how we start before we decide whether we're going to get on the case again.
I think.
Get right behind them.
I think if Declan Rice stays, I don't really think they need to sign anyone else. Really, I think Moyes needs to work on the team building between them and make them.
Just came back from injury.
Yeah, Yarmolenko's back. They need to realize that and hopefully these last few games they looked more like a team for me. And I keep going on. I've gone on about this past few episodes. West Ham just need to come back down to we're a team. we should be really fighting for top 10, and we've just had a season. They've just had a season where they're fighting relegation. It's not how it should be. So kick the egos out, because you've got Lanzini, you've got Anderson, you've got Fornals. Who, I mean, to me could go.
I still don't know if he has a position for Fornals.
No. I'm just saying I love Lanzini, but I'm just saying these players with the ego. If you can have one of them with an ego, right? But the rest of them need to fall in line.
I think that's Lanzini. I think you can salvage Lanzini.
Yeah, number 10. Number 10, let his ego run wild, as long as the rest of them can hold it together.
I agree that if you let Anderson go and then afterwards secure, or at least release afterwards, secure that you have Rice.
Yeah.
Then West Ham fans should be happy.
Well, look, if they had any feeling that Rice was going to go, I think they'd probably, if they were sure he was going to go, they'd probably want it to get it out the way early, so they can make the signings they need to sign, because we've got a short window.
Yeah.
The season's going to kick back off. You want to get someone settled in there.
Team.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you wouldn't blame Rice for leaving. I mean, he's such a talented player. He's done such a part for West Ham.
Just don't go to Chelsea and ruin your career.
Yeah.
I
Not
think,
that he's listening.
Now, if they could get a little bit of gel with Bowen, who I think is going to come on.
Yeah, agree.
I think he's going to come on for this little time that he had. You get him, Haller, who really didn't look too bothered, to be honest with you, but a new season. And Antonio was a front three.
Yeah.
Lanzini sitting maybe behind in a triangle with two holding midfield, Rice and somebody else.
Yeah, it'll probably be Souček.
If they're top 10,
like that. It maybe start like that because of.
Well, they just signed him on a 4-year deal.
It's going to start at the beginning of the season.
Midfield player.
Yeah.
I think the two centre backs are solid enough. O'Connor and Diop.
Yeah.
Still need cover.
Yeah.
And
Fredericks and Cresswell.
Could
See,
do
if they're a top 10 team, Lanzini's going to play better.
Yeah.
I've always put Lanzini close to.
It's the chicken and the egg, Con, isn't it?
Yeah. Coutinho when he.
If he plays well, he may start well.
Yeah. That's my point. If he knows he's secure, if he knows he's not gonna have to defend.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I mean. If you can have one ego, and honestly, exactly. Yeah, the Payet with the rest of the team was so solid with Payet.
Too much in the end.
Yeah, but you've got let Lanzini run wild, give him a free roll. Let him do the sort of Kevin De Bruyne thing. I mean, I'm not comparing them talent wise, but
he needs someone to come into the club that's better than him, but is more humble than him.
Yeah.
Because Lanzini's good.
Or you just get rid of the other egos. Felipe Anderson.
Yeah, maybe, and he becomes
bit of an
the
ego.
star.
Yeah.
You're number 10.
Yeah, he is number 10. Yeah, exactly. It's the whole. So, I mean, West Ham realistically could be fighting for a European spot. With that team, I mean, like you said earlier, that team that you've just named stacks up against most of the other Premier League teams. They're decent players.
Bianchi's decent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the question is, if Rice. The question is Rice staying and who plays next to him.
I don't know why he would leave
as well.
Yeah.
I think with West Ham, it's a confidence type team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got the ability. They got the talent there. It's a confidence type team.
Yeah.
If they don't start well, it could crumble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you're all looking at change. Either way, whether it's management, whether it's personnel on the field.
Yeah.
It has to be done. Will the owners dig into the pockets, spend a little bit more? Who knows? But in all honesty, when you do read them names out, you do wonder what they were doing down there.
Mm-hmm. Really.
And Haller really needs to find his feet. Lanzini needs to find his feet again.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio's proved that he's capable of playing down the middle, getting goals.
Yeah.
I think he's a little bit more comfortable drifting out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's more potent. But if he does that, then you definitely need Haller.
Yeah.
Houston. 15 goals at least.
Yeah.
15 goals at least. But when you play him, you have to play to his strengths. And I think the times he was in, I don't believe they did.
No.
I think they played him as a lone striker most of the time. And look, even Souček, I've said I'm not fully convinced. But if you've got somebody like him that's up in support, that is getting himself in the box, which is a little bit strange when you think your holding midfield player is getting in the box.
Yeah. He
because
reminds
of his stature and
he reminds me of Matic sometimes. That's Souček.
It's not as good.
No. Yeah, not as good, but there's just something about
I
him.
don't think he's as good on the ball as Matic.
That's another player that Chelsea
more effective in the
for
opponent's
no
box.
reason.
Yeah, but Matic just scored goals, wouldn't he, from deep, and it's
Yeah, here and there, not
just his stature. I don't know. There's just something.
Not anything like Lampard.
Yeah, no, I know, but Lampard wasn't as defensive either, was he?
No, you'd say
It was
up
more of
top
that centre
and
mid.
Wait,
Yeah, yeah, another cherry picker,
literally, yeah. But at the edge of the box, that could finish from the edge of the box.
Yeah.
He scored some worldies, mate.
Yeah.
You don't have to go through them all, mate. He scored some worldies. He really did.
Yeah.
And you know what, mate? That getting in the box, it's a knack. You have to have a certain instinct as well.
Yeah, but you also have to have other midfielder that defends for you.
Of course you do, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he went to the right club. He went to the right team. And he had a great career, didn't he?
Well, yeah, he's scored more goals for Chelsea than anyone else ever.
Mm-hmm.
But
and it was fitting for me, mate, as well. The first season for Arteta, Frank gets the Champions League, Arteta gets the FA Cup.
I always love playing manager.
City win Champions League.
Yeah, City win Champions League. Yeah,
Fingers crossed.
Liverpool, that's done now.
Yeah.
Season.
That's another one. Liverpool signing Thiago. But I don't think they're going to...
They signed him?
No, they haven't signed him. They're going for him.
I think that will happen, yeah.
But I also read PSG have come in about 5 or 10 million over, and Liverpool have been real stingy.
PSG, or that's the position that everyone needs, other than defensive in the Premier League.
Yeah.
If PSG sign him, they could be one of the best teams in the world. If Liverpool sign him, they could be one of the best teams ever. And with all due respect, that's saying get Henderson out. But I don't think they'll do that. He'll be the Sterling of Liverpool. Watch.
I still. You just need to come in, and it's the Premier League. It's not the Bundesliga.
Yeah,
it's not the La Liga. It's not Bundesliga. It's the Premier League.
All right.
I know his talent's there, but is he gonna fall on the floor? Which will probably work in his benefit now with how the refs are.
I think he'll dive a little bit at first, but he's so consciously aware.
Yeah.
That I don't think he's one of those. I'll compare him to Iniesta.
I like Thiago a lot. He's a lot more defensive than Iniesta.
Well, yeah, but there's a reason. Well, at first Iniesta got more attacking for some reason throughout his career.
Yeah.
There's a reason you never saw Iniesta, Xavi, or Messi injured. It's because no one will ever get close to them when they had the ball.
Yeah.
And same with Pirlo.
Yeah. Hopefully,
same with you a little bit. I hate to say it. No, I do hate to say it, so I'm gonna brush over it.
We'll cut this clip out for you, Dad, and I'll post it.
Yeah,
no, but he won't. When it comes to the is he tough enough for the Premier League?
Yeah,
he's too quick for the Premier League. To where he
as
won't
far as
get
his feet.
Well, to his
compared to David Silva. What do you think? I like Thiago a lot, but
not as good.
Yeah,
because he hasn't proved as much. David Silva did it completely after
consistently
Sevilla or Valencia. It was
Sevilla.
Yeah. I've always said La Liga players 10 times better than the Premier League, except they wouldn't be able to handle the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
They're all better on the ball, but they're not gonna be able to do it physically. But I think Thiago's so fast and so aware that he wouldn't have to go as far as the physical.
Do you remember that time? Do you remember that time he passed? So there was like a Bayern were playing, and there was a Christmas ad, and there was a Santa Claus wearing red and white going by on the billboard, and he passed it to him. He wasn't looking; he saw out the corner of his eye, and he played a through ball to Santa on the billboard and went out for a throw-in.
That's how aware he is.
Hopefully,
look, I noticed you've promoted me
on the shirts.
Yeah. Well, what I'd give to see them three play together.
Yeah.
Lose 5-0.
A bit of a mismatch.
Yeah.
It is. Shambles.
Yeah.
Looks good though.
Yeah, it was, we posted about this, but it was Noble's testimonial, testimonial, wasn't it?
Testimonial.
Testimonial. Yeah. Well, think that's everything, right?
Yeah, we just have the Champions League. I mean, other than tomorrow's Europa League.
Yeah.
I hope Wolves win it.
Here's one thing I wanted to get to real quick before we end. Do you want to go out on a limb and predict next season's 3 relegated?
Right now? No.
I kind of do.
Right now?
Well, or just like talk about the teams coming up. Do you think they're going to bounce right back down? I think Fulham will bounce right back down.
And then this is our $10 bet.
Well, I don't know if you bounce down.
You could bounce down.
You can only bounce up.
No, if I threw a ball against the ceiling, it could bounce.
Right. No.
All right, so
bounce off the ceiling.
All right,
we can still bounce.
Let's do this. Let's do this for next season then. Considering I won the bet for this season.
Is it double or nothing?
No, because
we actually have to remember this time.
Yeah, I mean they're all video.
Or do we want to see
now.
them play a little bit in the Premier League before we get to this?
No.
I can't see Fulham surviving, tell you the truth.
So do you want to pick 3? Let's pick 3 now, because we did it when we the first episode we ever did of the podcast. Again, I think it was in February or late January, February.
We
picked 3 going down, and we were all wrong. So let's do it again.
Do you want to look at the table?
I've got it right. I've got it right here. But so the 3 teams coming up: Fulham.
I've got my 3 to go down.
You do, yeah.
Fulham leads West Brom.
Fulham, Villa, and Brighton.
So you're Fulham, Villa, Brighton. I actually do need to look at the table. My phone just died out on me.
That's exactly who I was gonna pick. So
Fulham, Villa, Brighton. I've got
That's exactly who I was gonna pick.
I'm really hoping that West Brom spend some money in Slav and Jules stay up.
You know what? I think just because you're friends with them, they're gonna go down.
I'll be fighting again, won't I?
Yeah. You'll have a ticket to go to the game and it'll get called off.
I'm gonna say Fulham, West Brom. Sorry, and
2 out of the 3 that came up.
Yeah. Fulham, West Brom, and Newcastle.
So we're all banking on Leeds, right?
Wow.
I think Leeds will stay up.
Alright,
I think they'll stay up 1 season.
Do you want to write this down? And we
write it down, just because we're going to forget which episode we said this in, and then we'll just pretend we never said it.
Newcastle and West Brom.
Yeah.
West Brom, what were you, Dad? West Brom, Brighton.
No, I didn't say West Brom.
No, you said Fulham, Brighton, and Villa. Yeah. Villa, Brighton. And
I'm not concerned about Man United. I don't care if they
getting relegated.
No. I'm just saying as
I was about to put them in
as a threat at all. Like they finished.
No Chelsea.
I know they crept in. Man United crept in 3rd.
Always take us for.
I think Chelsea's a tough game. Well, United's a tough game 1-on-1 as well. Just a tough game, but United finishing 3rd doesn't mean shit. They were 15 points behind City. And
beat them twice though.
Yeah.
All right. So just for record,
I think Tottenham will do something. I think Jose will get them in there or thereabouts.
You're Fulham, Newcastle, West Brom.
They look decent.
Fighting for 3rd.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to infiltrate the first 2.
No, I just hope. I don't know.
You're all right. So you're Fulham, Newcastle, West Brom.
Fulham, Newcastle, West Brom. Yeah.
Dad, you're Villa, Brighton, Fulham.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go that all the teams that get promoted, none of them are getting relegated. And I'm gonna go Brighton, Newcastle, Villa.
I don't know the last time that happened where none of the teams coming up didn't get sent back down.
Premier League's been so shit. The Championship was kind of alright, especially the last couple of games.
Yeah, but
not in the Championship, in the tournament.
Yeah. Well, anyway, also anybody listening, let us know how you feel about that on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram.
If you want to join the bet.
Join the bet, yeah. We'll get a group. I'm not sure if that's legal. I think we're creeping in on illegal gambling, but who cares? Join the bet anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure shooting footballers who dive isn't legal either. So.
Or blowing up the Varsols.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Blowing up the shed. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening. Make sure you check out 5pintsin.com. Sign up for the email newsletter where we send out alerts for the new episodes and the picks and all that stuff. If you're not subscribed already on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, go like us on there. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up or a rating or however you feel, however that works. It helps us out. And share with your friends, because there's a lot of new listeners actually that come on who haven't heard of us, and I guess that's on us to get the word out, and it's also on the listeners to get the word out. So spread it if you can, guys. All right, guys.
Spread it if you can, guys. Yeah, that's what we want our fans to do.
Spread it if you can, guys.
Cheers, man.
All right, guys. Get over
Thanks,
to drink.
everyone.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.